Can you, I'm glad you brought that up. Can you go into your true self or your true purpose if you're in a religious state of mind or box or what have you?
I would think the Most High, the source, as we, would allow definitely will allow those who are in whatever it is that they're doing to tap into that aspect of themselves.
Right.
Because their purpose may just to be for that particular group.
Right.
Or that family or tribe or nation or whatever the case may be. And then you have others that may have been a part and then slide out or whatever the case may be, that their purpose is just different. It doesn't mean it's greater or better.
Right.
But it's just, we all have different callings.
Right. So if we all have different callings, somebody can say, well, brother, that's not oneness.
That's not what?
Oneness, or being one with each and everything or being. Somebody could say that.
They could say that.
But you being that, if you're here to touch these people or serve these people or serve anything, you still connected to it. You have to be connected to it. Because, oh man, if you don't feel connected to something, more likely you may not even go deal with it or be drawn to it because you're not connected to it, because you don't even feel that. You don't feel that in the ether, right? Okay. You may not feel it in the ether to do a certain thing, but within the ether, it connects you to all things,
right?
Because the ether is basically you. You're the ether. You're the energy that goes throughout it with other energies that go through, which is just come back to one energy,
right?
I mean, that's how I would explain, but because somebody can say that.
I like it. I mean, while you're talking, I'm thinking about well, that's not oneness. Okay. So we have soil. We have soil, the earth, right?
Right.
Go poison the soil and then see the chain reaction of everything else.
Right.
You see soil.
Right.
But something else sees that nutrients and so on and so forth.
Right.
And then something else is going to eat something that's eating their nutrients.
Right.
And it's a chain reaction. It just shows you that we all really one organism that has different, what we perceive as different aspects or functions in this organism.
Right.
It's one organism.
Right. Bless your brother.
Thank you.
Yeah. While you was talking, man, I had to go back into the scriptures where it says, not to eat a certain thing. Right. Let's say like shellfish.
You went back to Leviticus.
Yeah, and I'm not picking on nobody. I'm gonna let y'all know that, right?
Okay. He's not picking on anybody.
It says don't eat these things. It's not that it's a law that's gonna damn you to hell or what have you. But if you go into your spirituality on that verse, you could say, okay, well maybe it's not healthy to eat. Or maybe if you eat these things out your water gets dirty. And you can go, somebody can go right down to the beach right now. We ain't got no blue water. Not here in Virginia. Not right here in Virginia Beach. Let me just say that. Right? But you can go down further where they may not eat that much stuff and the water is clear.
Right.
So, but these are the things sometimes when you're dealing with oneness, you got to understand, okay, well, why not do that?
It's a whole ecosystem.
So I think
talks about wisdom.
I think that what you're talking about is immersing yourself in the identity of oneness.
Right.
Exactly.
So that's becoming one with, because your body is comprised of water.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's taking it beyond, I guess what Yahshua would say, the letter of the law.
And you're just taking it to the last point, which is spirituality is the practice of behavior.
Yeah,
exactly.
And then religion is the practice of worship. So continue as you going into your behaviors. Your behaviors are actually aligned with the highest good of the planet.
Right. Exactly.
The rest of our body.
That from where you come.
Right.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's taking it beyond the letter of the law and giving due consideration for the one body.
Right.
The body. We all share this body.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We all have components of this body.
Right.
The water, the minerals. Come, let us make man in our image and in our likeness. Right. All these different elements, man, that go beyond just the sentient. Maybe sentient is not the right word, but it goes beyond just the very basic
understanding. Totally above, bro.
And it's again, it's for me, it's like really looking at spirituality as the binding aspect of all of it. It's really knowing that it's moving from a place of, as you saying, worshiping whatever this one thing you're holding as the truth, and then really going within and looking and seeing, okay, how much more am I moved to concern about my ecosystem?
Right.
And when I say ecosystem, I'm not just talking about like the air, the water, I'm definitely talking about it.
Right.
But I'm talking about humanity, the animals.
The animals.
I'm not going to sit here in front. I didn't think about highly of animals the way I do now.
Right.
I'm not saying I hated animals. I just didn't think of them highly as I do now. I didn't think highly of trees and plants the way I do now.
Exactly.
And these are all things that serve you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The trees are in service to you.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm about to try to hit the wall, but my house.
Right.
TP. It's just so much that it's like, man, it's just I'm so much more aware of things around me that I've taken it for granted.
For granted. Yeah.
Over so many years, man.
Yeah.
That you're trying to, find these identity, find these ways of pleasing this creator, or not, not offending in whatever way, so that your soul could be whatever it is that your soul's supposed to be according to what the dogma says.
Right.
And it's like moving to a place of, why am I supposed to be afraid of the source again?
Right. 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 You can't. Wow.
From going from my perspective, a limited view of the world, to could watch something and really be like teared up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or have a conversation with somebody and just start crying for.
Right.
It's for a reason.
Right.
But we would say crying for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Where before it was like, brother, you not doing what you're supposed to do, and this is why it's happening.
Right.
Based on what you said, deductive or inductive reasoning.
Right.
Based on deductive reasoning and so on and so forth. So it's just different. But again, you got to have the experience. Right. And if you don't have the experience, it's not that something's wrong with the person.
Right.
It's just that's where you are at the moment.
Exactly.
And that may be where you need to be at the moment. But the universality of spirituality, it's amazing, man. That's all I can say.
Exactly. It's interesting, man. I mean, my thing is, that was the last. Was that the last cause?
We had the last. So, what was it? Practice of behavior.
Right.
Practice of worship.
Yeah. So, I would suggest, people find themselves, right, before they get into a spirituality or religious thing. Find you first, because within finding you, it's going to lead you to truth of self, and you being part of all things. Then you can, I would say, manage yourself to go to certain places. Now, we may start out in, the churches or the mosque, in the temples or what have you, to get us there, to get us to that, because that's what happened to, I can only speak for myself, happened to me. I've been through these things, and now I'm here. I'm totally, I would say, before I'm an Israelite, I'm a spiritualist.
A spiritualist.
Or spiritualist.
I got you. I wasn't correct.
I'm a spiritualist.
Saying it out loud to myself. A spiritualist.
I'm a spiritualist. But I know what I am here.
Right.
But within my understanding is the spirituality.
Right.
Because, like I said, I don't look at the book like a lot of my brothers look at the book.
Right.
I don't look at the book like most Christians do. But I know some Christians that look at the book like that.
Right.
Because that's how they can pinpoint Yeshua in the book. And I get that. I said, okay, I get what you said. I see where you're going with that at. I get that.
Come in the volume of the book.
Come in the volume of the book.
Right.
But why you don't come in the volume of the book? See, would be my question to anybody. Well, why you don't come in the volume of the book? Did you see yourself in the book? Did you see yourself as Moses?
No, they fall. Most people, whether they are Israelite, Jew, or Christian, they fall into the dogmatic aspect of it.
Exactly.
The structure.
And that's why I say, yo, find self first. Understand who you are on this planet first. Then find your spirituality or your weight. Because within your culture, it's there. Every culture on this planet has a system of belief or attachment to the one source. And you just have to find it.
I was gonna hit you with a paradox, but when you started saying that, I was like, not intentionally, just how my mind was wired.
Right. I get it, and I get that. I get all of these because you can find a paradox in everything. You know, I'm not saying all Asian people should study Buddhism.
Right. And you're not saying that a person couldn't be born awakened either.
And no, I'm not.
They in this culture or whatever, but they like, this is not who or what I am.
I'm not. You're right.
I'm none of this.
Right.
And
it happens.
I got you.
And that happens.
Dalai Lamas and you know. So I meant to read this at the beginning, but I think this is a good time to read it. It's just definitions. I went over this before, earlier when we came up with it, which is what we're going to do, and it's about spirituality. And spirituality involves the recognition of a feeling or sense or belief that there is something greater than myself or yourself. Right. Something more to being human than sensory experience.
Yeah.
And that the greater whole of which we are a part is cosmic or divine in nature.
Right.
And then I had added more than the five senses. As we say, non-physical reality. And then continuing on, spirituality can be defined generally as an individual search for ultimate or sacred meaning and purpose in life. Additionally, it can mean to seek out or search for personal growth, religious experience, belief in a supernatural realm or afterlife, or to make sense of one's own inner dimension. So it's a lot. But it's one thing to accumulate knowledge, meaning you know stuff. But are you doing the inner work?
Right.
Or are you becoming intimate with yourself? The things that you love about yourself and the things that you hide in the closet about yourself, the shadows. Have you made both of those one thing and realized you are a total being, shadow and light? Right. And you choose which one you want to put out into the world.
Are you having that personal relationship with God?
Within. How'd you say it? The Lord God of truth within?
Oh, yeah. The Lord God truth within.
Yes.
Or the Lord God of truth within. Yeah. Yes, sir. Written by M.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's Malak.
Hey, that's kind of deep. Any other thoughts y'all want to add?
No, this was
this was
good. This was good. This was goody goody.
I think it was well
rounded.
There's a good flow.
Good flow. I love it.
Right.
I'm glad we picked that topic actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other one that you said was on my list.
Yeah, I know, right?
Definitely want to thank everyone that's watching, listening. You could be anywhere on this Saturday. For some brothers and sisters, it's Shabbat.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. But you're here with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.